Yo, what up YouTube, what up UFC fans? UFC 167, George St-Pierre, The Rush, versus Johny Big Rig Hendricks. This fight has been literally, 6 months to a year in the making. They could have made it a few UFCs ago, but guess what? GSP asked. He requested to fight Nick Diaz, and they put Johny Hendricks on the undercard again versus Carlos Condit. And now there's no doubt GSP has nowhere to hide, but he's not running away. He's taking this fight, and he believes that he can gain victory. Now overall, this is, these are literally the two best welterweights in the world in MMA. So this is definitely going to be an excellent fight. I've been waiting a long time to see these two guys get in the octagon, and let me just break this shit down. George St-Pierre, excellent wrestling. And, probably underrated striking. I would consider him the best at mixing the two together and really making you guess in terms of what he's going to do, because he's got such a quick shoot and he's got fast hands. So he can jump in with that Superman punch. He can throw a quick jab, and right when you think he's going to strike, he shoots him for the takedown, and it really forces you to guess. But Big Rig Hendricks, man, all you gotta do is look at his record, man. He's got knockouts. This guy has one-shot knockout power, and he can take you out with only one shot. He's got that type of power. However, I just rewatched him versus versus Carlos Condit. Great fight, but Johny Hendricks did seem to tire around the third round. I gave that round to Carlos Condit. He was landing the more effective strikes. But you really saw, this guy has a chin. Hendricks can take a shot, and George St-Pierre isn't known for knockouts, so George St-Pierre ain't getting no knockout against Johny Hendricks. He's known for winning decisions. He's known for excellent wrestling. He's known for, literally winning most of the rounds and winning decisions. So, this fight can either play out two ways. George St-Pierre can outstrike him and out-wrestle him and win a decision, or Johny Hendricks is going to land one big shot and knock this guy the fuck out. And you know what? George St-Pierre did get hurt by a big knee against Carlos Condit and recovered. But Carlos Condit's not really a big-time knockout striker either. He's more of an accumulation type striker, where he'll stop you from an accumulation of strikes. And you know what? He did hurt Johny Hendricks a couple times. And Johny Hendricks knew to hold. He knew how to counter with a shoot and a takedown. And this is what makes this fight so intriguing, is who's the better wrestler. Because if George St-Pierre can get you on the ground, he can shut out the round just like that. Right? George St-Pierre, he throws the straighter punches, whereas Johny Hendricks throws the more looping shots. So if George St-Pierre is picking his spots and taking his shots, he's going to land. And he's got excellent foot movement too. So he can literally outstrike. He has the skills to outstrike Johny Hendricks, but will he do it? Is the real question. And will he do it in a way where there's no counter for Hendricks to land one big shot? Because that's all he needs, is one big shot. So that's what makes this fight so intriguing. And I literally see this fight with only two outcomes: Hendricks by knockout, or St-Pierre by decision. So overall, there's another instance where Hendricks might tire out. I'm not sure if he's got the stamina to go 5 rounds, right? I know we can close the show, but later in the fight, in the 4th and 5th rounds, these are like, it's for the norm. That's GSP's territory. That's where he owns you. And you know what? If this fight goes into those rounds, I see GSP winning a decision. especially if he can take down Johny Hendricks. And I say if, whereas, I think he might be able to take him down. Josh Koscheck in that fight was able to take Hendricks down in the 3rd round, but that was the first takedown of the whole fight, and it was in the 3rd round. So it really depends how much Hendricks has improved until then, because we know George St-Pierre is on another level than Josh Koscheck. So overall, this is a great fight. If I had to pick, I think George St-Pierre will get knocked out by one shot in the 2nd or 3rd round. But that's, or maybe the first, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. I think he can get hit by a shot and get knocked out cold. However, if it goes past the 3rd round, I like GSP to win. So that's how I see the fight. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult fight, but that's how I see it. So let me know what you guys think. It is what it is. Peace out. Take care.